Entrepreneurship and Climate Smart Agriculture Unit, and also the recipient of Helen's Daughters Women in Agriculture Award for having obtained the highest average in the unit. She is none other than Miss Laricia Joseph.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Honorable Sean Edward, Minister for Education, Sustainable Development, Innovation, Science, Technology, and Vocational Training. Chairman of the Board of Governors, Mr. Cletus Springer, and other members of the board. Acting Principal, Dr. Millicent Claire Auguste. Acting Vice Principal, Mr. Kurt Harris. Registrar, Mr. Ian Minville. Manager, academic heads, faculty and staff of the Safa Lewis Community College, members of the Diplomatic Corps, specially invited guests, parents and guardians, fellow graduates, friends and family, the viewing public, ladies and gentlemen, I bid you all a wonderful afternoon. A well-known Nigerian proverb states that it takes a village to raise one child. This suggests that raising a single child is an effort that can only be completed successfully by the collective endeavors of a community of people, sowing into the child's life, training the child in the ways of the village, and even disciplining him so that he can grow up to be a successful and productive human being. In the same spirit as the African proverb, I would like to suggest to everyone present on this historic occasion that it took the entire SALCC community to raise each and every individual here today. I am indeed honored and humbled to stand here today to present this valedictory address. My name is Laricia Joseph. On behalf of the Safa Lewis Community College, class of 2022, I would like to thank everyone in the SALCC community who has helped us throughout our tenure here and taken us through to the end of our journey, where we have the opportunity to walk across this stage, having successfully completed 2 rigorous years of preparation. We all went through various challenges on our journey. Some may say they cried, laughed, or even fought through it all. But despite these challenges, exacerbated by a global pandemic, we thrived. This was a pandemic that transformed the world in an instant, humbled big cities and nations, disrupted communities, crippled economies, and separated families. We watched the world change in front of us, compelling us to change as well. But look at us now. Our devotion, resilience, and will to succeed have enabled us to not just survive, but even triumph over COVID-19. We all had to adjust to a new global environment. After being in the education system for many years and constantly hearing, quiet down, stop speaking in class, I was now hearing, why am I the only one speaking? Are you guys hearing me? Because no one is answering. We did not have the struggle of wandering around the campus lost, but rather, the struggle became a fear of losing Wi-Fi and camera malfunctions. This time period has taught us the value of online etiquette. Every class now started with the famous words. Can everyone hear me? Is everyone seeing my screen? Remember the late nights, tears, sweat, and the sacrifices it required to be an SALCC student? We all learned how 1 minute 60 seconds could make a difference, because an assignment due at 11:59 p.m. could not be submitted at 12 a.m. We discovered an inner discipline and power we didn't realize we possessed. When you think about it, this year's group has been challenged more than any other and can only be more prepared and stronger to confront the world's difficulties. We took flight on the wings of change, and while the road was altered, our destination was not. Adaptability and resilience have become second nature. This is who we are. A kaleidoscope of personalities gave rise to a new remote reality in our SALCC community. Each of us played a part in the bigger picture. Some of us played the role of always being willing to participate. Some were motivators. Some were late bloomers. Some ensured that notices always reached the class WhatsApp group, and some were content with silence, but never failed to come to check on fellow students who were not seen in class. After a long season of uncertainty, we are gathered here as a collective. COVID-19 robbed us of the opportunity to socialize with each other. It was a struggle to make friends and get acquainted with our peers in this remote reality. I'm sure today is the first time some of you are seeing my face and the faces of those surrounding you. Our programs were completed in the comfort of our homes. For me, in the comfort of my bed, and I know that I am not alone. We didn't have the opportunity to gather around the salmon tree, or the big tree as we say, but thankfully, we didn't have to climb up the hill every day. Though from different departments, we all know there is one word some of us couldn't escape: labs. Some of us had 1 hour labs, some had 2 hour labs, and some had multiple labs in a day. And I am sure we all had that one class. Even if it was an hour long, it always felt like 5 hours. KEP students, do you remember that one class where your eyes just couldn't stay open? Mr. Williams, from the mark you left on your e-commerce students, I think they'll be the next Jeff Bezos. Agri-entrepreneurship and climate-smart agriculture students, I miss the days after farm practical, going to socialize and having these stress relief drinks. On behalf of the Sustainable Tourism and Hospitality Department, I would like to say a huge thank you to Mr. Tim, Mr. Frederick, and Mr. Shane. As you all proved to your students that you would always be there for them no matter what the situation. Online learning was a challenge. We often found ourselves waking up just in time for class. And don't get me started on the big blue button, or a downgrade of Zoom, as I like to say. Because every day the system will yell, "Surprise," as it presented us with a new issue. I am pretty sure I wasn't the only one who enjoyed it when Moodle was down. Especially when I had an assignment due which wasn't near completion. We are not crossing the stage because we have completed our various academic programs. Rather, we are crossing the stage as global champions, ready to leave our collective legacy on society. We ran a long race, fought hard, and stayed focused on our predestined goal. We have assembled an unstoppable force of global leaders that no pandemic, no world war, or fallen economy can defeat. The question is not whether we are prepared for this world, but whether this world is prepared for us. We now hold bragging rights to say we completed an entire academic program during a global pandemic. We are here today in the heart of excellence to be recognized as SALCC graduates, a cohort that spent 2 years seeking academia while dealing with a global crisis. We are testimonies and marks of inspiration. Our time at SALCC is a testimonial to our internal fortitude. Street poet and philosopher J. Cole stated that you can dream, but don't neglect the execution. We all had moments when we questioned whether we'd ever get to where we are now. But here we are. We are stronger as students because there is significantly more that unites us than divides us. I am honored to stand here today to represent the bravest, brightest, boldest, and best cohort of graduates this exemplary institution has ever produced. The SALCC 2022 graduates embody the spirit of excellence and perseverance. To those who assisted in our education during these difficult times, I say thank you. Thank you to the counseling unit and staff at Hunter J. Foswa Library for assisting in the process of applying to different universities and having the online stress relief sessions. Trust me, we needed them. Thank you to Student Services for having patience with us, because I know we could be a pain when we wanted the Wi-Fi password. Thank you, lecturers. You were our mentors, guides, and the torchbearers of inspiration. Thank you to the government of St. Lucia for sponsoring the education of some of our students here today. For this, we are thankful. Thank you to the e-learning team and other administration members. Thank you to the parents for your unwavering support which kept us here. We are eternally grateful. And finally, I want to say thank you to the Most High. Luke chapter 1 verse 37 says, "For with God nothing shall be impossible." As I end, let me highlight a few words from William Shakespeare. Be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great. Some achieve greatness, and others have greatness thrust upon them. In life, always remember the opportunity to achieve greatness is within our grasp. Thank you.
Miss Laricia Joseph, Valedictorian, class of 2022, and recipient of a very special award which I will mention shortly.